Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Obey. Thank you guys for stopping by the collection room. Today I'm taking a look at an action figure. This is the retro carded Iron Man She-Hulk. Technically, I guess a Marvel Legends, and I really want to be done buying new Marvel Legends. I do have a deep love. She was one of my favorite comic book characters of all time. Was the John Byrne run of the Sensational She-Hulk. I absolutely loved that era. Modern era She-Hulk is, of course, never as good. Nothing in the modern era is as good. But this particular take on She-Hulk was always one of my favorites. She broke the fourth wall. It was one of the things that John Byrne loved to animate and draw, and you could tell he really loved the character. And so this was just one that I had to get because she looks fantastic. Of course, they're expensive. I am going to probably just cut this along the side here. Of course, Marvel Legends aren't cheap anymore. Not that they've been cheap for quite some time. I wasn't actually able to find this one in the store. I had to order it off of online. So, of course, by the time you figure in everything, they're well over $20, which I hate that they gotta be that much, but they are. Just means I keep trying to buy the last one of these damn things and then never buy them again. Like I don't want to keep spending money on this much money on a figure. There's a couple of characters that it's like, well, shoot. It's just impossible to say no to. And we're gonna slide forward and adjust our camera down. We've got her open. Wow, I can see how dusty my table is. That's not good. So here she is out of the box. She feels heavy. Like there's some good weight to her. And I realize a lot of that's probably hair, but some of it is just thickness. Like her legs are super thick. There's just a lot of plastic here. She has a great feel. It's not too glossy. It's almost that matte finish feel. It just feels really good. It feels like a... Well, I have Storm collectible figures that have, I don't know, it's just almost a textured, like I said, matte finish. It feels good. It feels expensive. The plastic feels good, which I have to say is something that a lot of times when I get Marvel Legends, I'm just like, it feels flimsy, it feels rubbery, it feels cheap and junky. She does not feel cheap and junky at all. She feels like a very nice figure. I would compare her to like a Marvel Select. I used to have a Marvel Select She-Hulk. She feels that good. She feels very nice. I do have a few other She-Hulk figures for quick comparison. I don't have all of them handy, but there is one of the more recent edition She-Hulks that was released. And you can see size-wise, she's pretty comparable, but she feels a lot more sturdy and a lot, I don't know, cleaner. I don't know, it just feels like a newer figure. And then this would be her next to the MCU television version, which I never watched. I like that they made her feet really big. If you ever saw the old Hulk series, it was like a Hulk action figure line from Toy Biz. They made a She-Hulk based on this, and that's who this reminds me of. Is just really big and really a chunky figure, which is good. Anyway, that's her compared to that. The gray figure is basically the exact same. It's just a different color, and you can see size-wise they're comparable. I don't know if we're reusing any parts. It's hard to tell on some of these, but as far as accessories go, she comes with a rifle that she broke, a broken rifle, a couple of fist hands, which is probably what I'm going to prefer to have on this character, at least one good fist hand. And then let's just take a look at our articulation. I can't get over how nice the figure feels. Like, it just feels new. And a lot of times Marvel Legends, even when they are new, don't feel new. Everything moves very fluidly, but like firmly. The plastic feels great. I don't know, it feels really good. I can't express it enough. So as far as articulation goes, we're going to have a head joint, but it's probably not going to do us much good because we do have a mountain of this hair. As for the old Jennifer Walters hair from the 80s and 90s. So you're not going to get much looking around with the hair. So let's just ignore that. And we get pretty big, pretty nice ball joints at the shoulders that are well shaped. They got a lot of definition to them. I like that. So you got ball joints at the shoulders that pop out. The hair is also going to be somewhat in the way of those, FYI. You got nice upper bicep cuts, rotations. You got double jointed elbows, which on this figure really works well. Those reach back quite nicely. You got rotations with a pivot on the wrist, which is nice. The face paint looks quite good too, I have to say. There's not a lot of paint on this figure. There's some in the hair, but the figure looks really good. We got an ab crunch that doesn't look like it's going to do a whole lot. I mean, it does. Well, we're getting some side to side and forward and backward. Not as much forward as I'd like, but it works. No waist rotation. That's a little bit sad. I do like it when a figure moves more in the torso. The ball joints on the hips are excellent. They look like they have a nice range of motion. You have upper thigh cuts, which you almost can't even notice until you like move them. You can barely see them. Double jointed knees, which pop back quite a ways. We get a cut at the boot. The top of the boot will rotate. You get ankle rocker pivots, which actually gets you quite a bit of stance here. Wow, you can flip them feet and have her spread really wide if you wanted to. Holy cow. Yeah, very, very flexible. That's very nice. Plus you get fairly large feet. And for a figure this heavy, this is one thing I appreciate they do with She-Hulk is she does have fairly large feet. Obviously, she's a very large woman. So don't make the dainty feet because then she can't stand. So they did a really good job everywhere with proportions. She's not too thin anywhere. She's curvy enough. Sometimes I know I give Marvel Legends a lot of crap for making their figures so skinny that they can't stand. And if you want a reference to what I'm talking about, check this gal. This is too skinny. These legs are too skinny. All of this is too skinny. And that is a problem. It makes them harder to stand, makes them look stupid. It doesn't work. So if you give us some thickness, some muscle texture, some curves, these really help to figure out. Anyway, even though this was a little bit expensive, I'm very happy with it. And I can't say that every time I buy a Marvel Legends anymore. I can say it with this. I am very pleased with her. So anyway, that is my take on this one. A little bit pricey, but I'm still very happy with it. It's one I would recommend if you're a She-Hulk fan. It's easily the best She-Hulk figure I have right now. It's going to be my definitive She-Hulk figure. So that's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys for watching. That's my story, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.